Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because we've got an incredible story today. Can you imagine planning your own funeral? Well, today's video is about a woman who did just that and the emotional journey she took with her family. Let me set the scene for you. It's late at night and the world outside is quiet. Inside, there's a room filled with tears and whispered conversations. This story begins where most tragic tales start, when someone we love is taken too soon. My friend recently lost his wife to illness. He's been sharing her final messages on Reddit, and one of them has gone viral because it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. She wrote a note for everyone on Reddit after she passed away. But here's the twist. She had a hand in planning how people would remember her when she was still alive. Now, this isn't just any story about losing someone, it's a story of love, compromise, and finding peace amidst chaos. The woman, who we'll call Sarah for anonymity, left behind a loving husband and 2 cats. Her passing wasn't sudden, it was something she had to live with every day. She fought hard but eventually reached the point where her body couldn't fight anymore. The weeks leading up to this moment were some of the hardest anyone could endure. Now, imagine being Sarah's husband and having to deal with not only your wife's illness, but also the sudden responsibility of planning a funeral. But there was another layer of complexity. Sarah's parents had taken charge of the arrangements because they couldn't bear the thought of their daughter leaving them behind forever. They wanted control over the ceremony that would honor her memory. But here comes the twist. Sarah, despite being sick and tired literally, decided she needed to take a stand for herself one last time. She sat down with her parents and had an honest conversation about how they were handling things. You see, her parents had already paid for much of the funeral service, making it difficult for them to let go of control. Sarah explained that while she understood their need to hold on tightly in such a devastating time, this wasn't what she wanted for herself or for those who loved her. She didn't want people to remember her according to someone else's vision. She wanted her story told as it was, colorful, unique, and full of life. With tears streaming down their faces, Sarah laid out everything that mattered most to her in the last weeks of her life: peace, laughter, and love. She reminded them that funerals are meant to celebrate a person's legacy rather than mourn their absence endlessly. It's about cherishing memories together rather than grieving alone. The conversation was filled with emotional breakthroughs and unexpected moments of levity as Sarah's parents began to understand her perspective. They agreed to let go of some control in exchange for hearing what truly mattered to the person they loved most. And so, Sarah got to plan a celebration that would reflect who she really was, a vibrant, loving spirit who brought joy wherever she went. But here's where it gets even more touching. Despite agreeing on many aspects, there were still disagreements about certain elements of the funeral. For instance, Sarah wanted small party favors for guests to take home as mementos, but her parents felt this wasn't appropriate for a solemn occasion. It was tough seeing them clash over details when all they truly needed was comfort and closure. Through it all, though, Sarah's message remained clear. She was not there anymore, but in life she cherished every moment with joy and gratitude. She wanted everyone who loved her to do the same. Laugh, love, cry, be sad, and above all, to keep living their best lives. In her final words, written as if speaking directly from beyond, Sarah shared her immense appreciation for the support and kindness shown by strangers online. "You all moved me to tears," she wrote. She wished she could meet everyone who had reached out with love and sympathy because that's what made such a difficult time bearable. And here's the most poignant part. Despite it being one of the hardest moments, Sarah found peace in planning her own funeral. It was an act of defiance against illness, a declaration of love for herself and those around her. So how does this story end? With closure, with understanding, and with a celebration that truly honored who Sarah was. Her parents walked away from their initial grief to find comfort in the memories they shared together. They let go of control over what happened after she died, because it wasn't about them anymore. It was about honoring her. And now, as you watch this story unfold through my words and your imagination, I hope you feel inspired by Sarah's strength and resilience. She faced a daunting task with grace and love, showing us all that even in the darkest times, we can find ways to celebrate life and cherish our loved ones. Before I go, here's what I want you to take away from today's story. When someone leaves this world too soon, it's not just about saying goodbye. It's about remembering who they were. It's about celebrating their spirit and the impact they had on us while they were here. And sometimes that means taking control of how we remember them. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this story as moving as I did, please share it with others so more people can be inspired by Sarah's strength. Let's continue to honor those who have left us with love and joy, just like she wanted hers remembered. Now, let me know in the comments below what are some ways you've celebrated loved ones after they've passed. Share your stories. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt stories and reflections. Until next time, stay inspired and keep spreading kindness wherever you go. Thank you for joining me on this emotional journey today. If you feel moved by Sarah's story and would like to share it with others, please do so. Your shares can bring comfort to those going through similar challenges and inspire them to find strength in the midst of hardship. Take care and keep living your best life. Feel free to leave a comment below or connect with me on social media for more stories like this one. Until next time, stay inspired. Sarah. Serial planning, celebrating life, grief support, grief support, your grief support, Yule closure, your celebrate Yule closure, your celebrate your end of life. Thank you for watching today. Until next time, stay inspired and keep spreading kindness wherever you go. Sarah Funeral. Planning, celebrating life. A grief support, strength you love. A closure is celebrate, celebrate. The closure is celebrate. Legacy, you final words. End of life care. Inspiration, heartfelt stories. Kindness. Gratitude. Gratitude. Inspiration, heartfelt stories. Kindness, compassion, gratitude, remembering, Lovedone's strength, love memories, closure, celebrate legacy, final words, end of life care, grief support, she, she, she support, for joining us today. Until next time, stay inspired.